Good evening, everyone, or good morning, depending on what time you're watching this. Now, this is your mandatory online orientation. My name is Celso Batalha, and I hope to get to know you, at least your name, in the upcoming 3 months or 4 months of class. And so, this is your mandatory orientation, and in the course of it, I will ask you questions on the go, and you should answer this question in order to let me know that you understand how you're going to be assessed in this course. Okay, so what should you do to find a course? So you go to our college webpage. This is one of the routes you can use to find a course. You go to our college webpage, find a link to Moodle right here, click on it, and then this is the address. So if you memorize it, great. So otherwise, go to the college webpage. Now your username is given by the first two letters of your first name plus first two letters of your last name plus last four digits of your student ID number. And the password is with a capital C, change me one. Change me one. I'm using password and username, so it's password. Some students, and don't ask me why, change me one as I wrote doesn't work, but change me works. So don't ask me why, I have no idea. Um, if none of them work, you have to contact helpdesk at sjeccd.edu, extension 641, or helpdesk, no, that's an email. And then you say, you write your name, your student ID, and say, hey, I'm having issues accessing Moodle. Can you reset my username and password? Another possibility is to call the college, 408-274-7900, extension 6411, and then you ask them to reset your access to Moodle. But let me show the course once everything is nice and work. You will log in Moodle, and your course will appear. Your course is right here. I should make it visible, but it's not yet. It's right there. So the Moodle course is divided in blocks. The first block is sort of a welcome block. It has current moon phase, it has a syllabus. So anytime you want to see what's going on, or if you want to know dates of exams and you don't want to go through the Moodle course all along, you can click on syllabus, and in there you you find everything, right? You find my office hours. And by the way, this is the question number one you have to ask. I have face-to-face office hours, but I also have, and only for the astronomy crowd, I have a online office hours, and that is done in cccconfer.org, and you need an access code for it, 350821. That's the access code. And the chat room is every Monday beginning on the week after the first week of class, which means February 2nd, at 8 o'clock, and it lasts for 30 minutes. It's short. I mean, I recommend you to get in there, after dinner. You got your food, you are chewing some nice dessert, or drinking a tea or something. Come to the chat room. It's good to keep on um, the information going, and especially if you like the subject, if you are interested in learn more. I will run some simulations, I will ask questions, I will fool around with you, and is a way to help learning. So here's the question, the answer to the question number one. What is the access code to cccconfer.org so that you can sync with me or be there with me every Monday at 8 o'clock, 8 p.m.? What is the access code? What is the passcode? is this number here, 350821. That's your answer. Okay. So what is the access code to ccconf.org? Is the number 350821. Here's your book, Understanding Our Universe. Your SLOs are there, access to Moodle you already know, and let me talk about how I'm going to assess this course. What are the assessments I use in order to grade your work and give you a pass grade? And that's my question number 2. What are the assessments used in my online course? What are they? So there are 4 total, 4. The first one is called homework. And homework amounts 25% of your course grade. The second assessment is called assignments. Assignments. And they also amount 25% of your course grade. The third assessment is midterms, and there are 3 midterms. 3 midterms. And altogether, they gives you 25% of your course grade. And the last assessment is called final exam, which is comprehensive. It gets everything, right? It's the final exam and is 25% of your course grade. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna turn myself into a student so that you see the Moodle course as as you should see it, right? And so we can I can go through some more details here. So homework, which is your first type of assessment. Homework is a bunch of multiple choice questions, um, and they are always based on the subject of that week. Every week you have one chapter book to cover. And homeworks, once they are open, they close in the Monday of the following week, Monday midnight. For instance, on January 26th, which is our first week of class, we have my PowerPoints are there that covers most of the important topics of that chapter, and homework number 1 is there. So this homework number 1 will be closed right here on February 2nd. So you have that time to get yourself, your senses kind of organized and do homework consistent. So this online course is not type of online course that you can do everything in the last moment. It doesn't work. I'm building it so that you work a little bit at time. So every week you do a little bit of work. So homeworks, once they are open, they close on the following Monday. Same thing with assignments. Assignments will be opened. I mean, in fact, they are all open, but they will be closed on the Monday after release, formal release time. Okay, and this Monday is always midnight. Now, you are seeing here and there extra credits. So extra credits, they are not required, but I strongly recommend that you work on them. Why? Well, if you do all extra credits correctly, that will amount 20%, 15 to 20% of your course grade. So it's a chunk of points. It's the difference between a C and a B, or B and an A, or passing or not passing sometimes. So I really recommend that you do it. So all these extra credits in general, once they are released, they will be closed on Fridays, of that week. For instance, I have solar system February 2nd. I have extra credit here, and I have another extra credit. See that? So these extra credits, chances are they are closing on Friday. One is on Friday, February 6th, and the other one on February probably 13. Oh, Friday 13, that's a good one. That's a really good one. Okay. Um, I have an extra credit on the first week that is an easy one. And, in fact, I recommend you to do that. Is going to the observatory. Going to the observatory. Okay. Um, and on Friday, February 6th at 7 p.m., I will be giving a talk on Mesopotamia, the cradle of civilization, how astronomy kind of developing there. And it's going to take 1 hour of lecture, and you are supposed to upload a small, please, a small report, not a big one. I don't have the time to read big things. And and then you visit the observatory, and there will be another report there for you to complete it if you wanted the extra credits. A lot of points. I wanted you to go to the observatory. It's fun, and that's when you get the passion going. Um, as you can see, some of these assignments and some of these extra credits are based on the turn it in. Turn it in. Let me see how this works. Um, for instance, let me start with mandatory online orientation, right? So let's say you're going to do the mandatory online orientation. What do you do? Well, you come to, in fact, you did this, right? You came to Moodle, and then you found this, and you click, and then you watch the video, and then you click on my submission right here. See that? My submission, this tab. You click on it, and then you have a title to complete, and you have to write answers to question 1, and then answers to, oh, I typo, question 2, so on, so on, so on, and then you write the answer. Okay. Question number 1 was, what is the passcode to chat room? Question number 2, what are the assessments I give? And once you complete the text, you click this add submission. After you click this box, add submission, and then it should be good. Okay, and then I receive. So I'm not gonna wait for this to go. Now I have to, because I click it. Okay, and then you are good to go. So Turnitin is a system that you cannot you cannot cheat, you cannot go online and copy and paste, because it will flag, and if it flags, I don't take points. I take points out. So make sure you write answers based on your own understanding and using your own nice English. Okay, good enough. Um, midterms. There will be 3 midterms. Question number 3. How many midterms are there? 3. 3 midterms. And they are available, or they will be available on specific weeks, but always on Thursdays. Thursdays. Now, they are open 24 hours. So they're going to be open Wednesday midnight and closed on Thursday midnight. But look at this. You have 1 hour to complete them. So once you open the exam, excuse me, you have to close it in 1 hour. If you fail here, which means you open, but then you didn't like the first question, and then you decided to go online and do some search, and then you found some interesting thing online, and then next thing you know, you are brewing a coffee, and then your history, right? So these 3 midterms, I will give you a second chance a couple of days later, and the system will pick the highest score of both attempts. In which case, do not ask me to reopen the midterm. Do not ask me to do any of that, because you will have a second chance. Also, if you miss a midterm and it's retake because you were traveling or something, I have what is called makeup exam, which is given 1 week before final week. See that? Makeup exam, which is helpful because it helps you reviewing the subject. So here's my last question. am I going to answer you if you ask me to please to reopen the homework, to reopen the assignment, to reopen the midterm, and to reopen this and that? What is the answer? No, I will not. So assignments and homeworks, they close 1 week after midnight on Mondays. Extra credit in general, they close on Fridays midnight. So make sure you have them done. If you miss, you miss them. Exams, they will be reopened, not the same questions, but they will be reopened a couple of days later. If you miss a midterm and needs retake, there is a makeup exam schedule, and everybody can take it. And I will replace the lowest score of the 3 midterms with the makeup exam grade if it's larger. Okay, and that's it. And um, so email me with any questions you might have, and this completes your orientation after you upload answer to my questions.